Welcome back to the desk. We're joined by Dylan, Filip, Steven, and Dante. The second half of the NBA season has officially begun, and it's time for teams to take the foot on the gas pedal. Now, yesterday was the trade deadline, and I want you guys to put yourselves in the role of a GM. We're going to play a little game called Deal or No Deal. We're going to propose some trades, and I want you as a GM to say deal or no deal. So first trade, we have the Kings and the Pelicans. Dylan?
Okay, so probably the biggest name thrown around in the trade talks during the deadline, DeMarcus Cousins has been shipped to the New Orleans Pelicans. So DeMarcus Cousins, along with Omri Caspi, got sent to New Orleans. I mean, take a look at the numbers. DeMarcus Cousins is a 27-10 player. He's the franchise cornerstone of the Sacramento Kings, along with Omri Caspi, who's a decent role player, can shoot it from the outside. And basically the Kings are saying, here's the house, Pelicans. Take the keys to the kingdom. And now compare it to what they got in return. If I'm the GM of the Kings, I say no deal. I wait until DeMarcus Cousins is a free agent. I don't give him. He's got 1 year left on his contract. I wait and see what you can do to try to bring somebody in to help Boogie as much as possible. I think the Pelicans won this trade, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. If I'm the Pelicans GM, I'm hitting deal as fast as I can. You got a great player in Boogie Cousins. Last night, he played 21 minutes alongside Anthony Davis, and he had 27-14. He gives that Pelicans team more talent and more presence in the West, and they could probably make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely think steal for the Pelicans. I would definitely make that deal for if I was the Pelicans GM. On the Kings side, though, not a good trade at all. The owner even said it himself that he had better trade offers for DeMarcus Cousins. There were a lot of trade offers given to him, and he took the worst possible one, in my opinion.
And how do you even tell the press something like that? Like, yeah, we had a better deal 2 days ago, but we'll settle for this one. I don't know what Vlade Divac was thinking.
Highway robbery, and that's what that was.
Honestly, if I'm Vlade Divac, I'm saying deal on this one. Finally get out the guy, DeMarcus Cousins, who's been a complete burden on your franchise for the last several years. If you look at it, back when they had Tyreke Evans, who they got again, thankfully, when they had him, he looked like he could be the next LeBron James. His stats were amazing. He looked like he was going to be the push for the franchise. Then they drafted DeMarcus Cousins, and they haven't won more than 33 games since then.
Tyreke Evans, the next LeBron James.
Are
you mad?
Are you mad? If you look at his rookie stats, he was only one of 4 players to ever average 25-5.
And then the next year, what happened? And then since then, what happened?
DeMarcus Cousins.
Please, don't get me. Don't try to tell me Tyreke Evans is the next LeBron James, or was.
If they could re-sign Tyreke Evans, they win this trade easily to me.
I feel bad for Tyreke Evans, I got to tell you. Being back in Sacramento, RIP to any career he thought of having.
So you're going Kings absolutely win, deal on their side?
They get a first-round pick. They get the guy who, a great playmaker, a great small forward, one of the best small forwards in the league, in my opinion, Tyreke Evans. Especially one of the best point forwards, easily.
I will play devil's advocate. I watched Willie Cauley-Stein play last night, and he looked good without DeMarcus Cousins. They do have potential. I don't think that they won this trade, though, regardless.
We'll see in a year. You'll be saying, I was right in this. You'll come back to this episode right here, and you will say, you will apologize to me.
All right, Filip. Now let's switch over to the Raptors, who all of a sudden are trying to make a push at beating the Cavaliers and making it to the finals. Steven, they had a few trades going on. Deal or no deal on the moves they made?
Well, I definitely think deal on the Raptors side. They got Serge Ibaka from the Magic. They got PJ Tucker from the Suns. To me, it was just a great trade. They gave up Terrence Ross and a first-round pick, but Terrence Ross, he was owed $10 million anyways, so it clears up some cap space a little bit. Ibaka's a free agent anyways, but I think it could sort of keep him in the realm with Cleveland.
Yeah, it looks like the Raptors are really addressing issues that they had on the defensive end. They're bringing in a rim protector in Serge Ibaka and a wing defender in PJ Tucker. I love the moves the Raptors have made in the trade deadline. I seriously think they have a really good shot at coming out of the Eastern Conference against the Cavs.
All right, now let's switch it over to the west side of things, where the Rockets have made a few moves, and all of a sudden they land Lou Williams, a great six-man. They're starting to make a little bit of a push themselves.
Unbelievable. I mean, the Rockets were back in action last night in New Orleans. Again, it's the debut of DeMarcus Cousins, and the Rockets really did not skip a beat. They bring in Lou Williams, who was the highest bench scorer in the NBA. Lou Will scored 27 points last night. And now the Rockets fellas are only 3.5 behind the Spurs for the 2 seed. They could even finish, they're not going to catch the Warriors, don't get me wrong, but they could finish second in the West. And then from there, they got a really easy run at the finals. They'll probably play OKC or Memphis in the first round. I think that's a win. But then they'll have to play the Spurs in the second round, which I think they're capable of beating. So the Rockets' move to bring in Lou Will, I think, seriously made them contenders to come out of the Western Conference. I say deal.
I would say they did definitely make a great move with getting Lou Williams. Last night was the first time you see him play in the Rockets uniform, and he played fantastic. They have the two, not even arguable at this point, they have the two best 6 men in the league with Aaron Gordon and Lou Williams now, but their road to the finals is definitely not going to be easy. They're an offensive-minded team, undoubtedly, and if they have to face teams like the Spurs and the Grizzlies to get there, and then the Warriors in the conference finals, I can't see them getting that far.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Lou Williams. I like the trade. But this team needs to step it up defensively. Right now, they have the 7th most points per game allowed in the league. They're allowing 108 points a game. When you play a team like the Warriors, you have to stop them if you think that you could beat them in a 7-game series.
Well, this is an offensive-minded team, like Filip said, and especially in a Mike D'Antoni offense where you try to get a shot up in 7 seconds or less. This is the perfect roster to get that job done. So I seriously think the Rockets have really elevated themselves with signing Lou Will.
All right, quickly, each person, winner and loser, team-wise, who you got?
Real quick, I'm going to say, obviously, the Kings. I'm going to go with also 2 other teams. The 76ers, I think, lost an Nerlens Noel deal. They gave away a great young player for close to nothing, and the Knicks made 0 moves to, either get a first-round pick or get rid of Derrick Rose. So the Sixers, Kings, and Knicks are my biggest losers.
All right, Philip.
My biggest loser is definitely the Bulls. I mean, they traded away 2 great role players in Doug McDermott and Taj Gibson, and the best thing they got out of it was a backup point guard, and they already have 4 other backup point guards.
All right, sounds good. That's going to do it for NBA's trade deadline. Coming up next, we have the baseball crew with the new season getting underway.